So answer the question based on the context below. If the question cannot be answered using the information provided, answer with I don't know. C. We're going to change some of this stuff. I don't know, but do you want to help me write all this, Bianca? So like, I don't know, but basketball is very exciting.
Basketball is my favorite sport. It's very exciting. It is. Yes, basketball is exciting. Let's see, context. Do we have new context? All right,
we're gonna get rid of all this. This is a lot of context. I'm so glad that she put all this
passion.
in. Yeah.
Okay.
Good for Lizzie.
Great.
But let's what's some context that you have for basketball? The Chicago Bulls in the 90s were the best team of all time. Let's see. No one will ever rival Michael Jordan.
There's some drama though. How do you feel about the like LeBron, where the people position LeBron? You know?
LeBron's a great player. You know?
Okay.
I'm not gonna sit there and doubt that he's amazing. Okay. Yeah. What's your opinion there?
That's the end of your sentence there. You're like, that's great PR training.
Look, I'm not going to sit here and have arguments with people about like the best basketball player. I don't pay enough attention.
That's real.
I'm just going to troll a little bit, and as a Chicago guy, drop a little Michael Jordan fandom.
Okay. All right, I love this. Let's lean into some Chicago love.
Let's lean into a little bit of Denver love. Do you want me to throw anything in here for you, Bianca? Is there some context that you'd like to add?
Let's see. I mean, do I run it back to my Lakers love? Feel like Kobe and Shaq were a dynamic duo, you know? Oh wow.
That's what it's
wow. Wow. There you
go. How's that?
I love that. That's great. Just what I was thinking. I will say that's a little bit the common sentiment. So this is actually pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Does anybody in chat have anything that we want to add here?
What do we got? What do we have?
I'm open to suggestions. Even if it's controversial, we can contradict ourselves. I don't care.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you want me to say about Joel Embiid? Well, we can ask what it thinks about
I'm just
him,
curious if you just start typing Joel Embiid.
Yeah.
Like, what does it try to complete
just to see
it
what
with?
like the
Okay, let's see
what's Copilot think?
Oh, is the best
center in the NBA.
Absolutely.
But we already said Nikola Jokic is the best player in the NBA right now. So it's contradicting itself.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's what it's saying there.
Okay.
So we'll add some.
It contradicted itself, which is kind of fun.
Yeah.
It's
a lot of people are the best. Yes. Okay.
We'll
so you have Harlem Globetrotters.
Craig clearly showing his basketball love here, and it's about the Harlem Globetrotters are the most entertaining basketball team of all time. Sure. We can let that go.
There's a lot of like of all time, because I'm like, if everyone is the best
of all time, of all time. I wonder if it's doing that because I put this in here.
Ooh, okay. It's like drama. Okay, anything else? Anyone else in chat? Some basketball ideas? What are some of your thoughts?
So we got some Harlem Globetrotters in there just in case. You need always got to be some comic relief.
Okay, I like it.
I've never seen the Harlem Globetrotters play. I don't know if anybody in chat has. They look entertaining.
Yeah, it's a very immersive.
Yeah, the silly sports that I've been randomly getting like clips on YouTube thrown at me is that minor league baseball. There's like one minor league baseball league that has like a bunch of, it's like all joke teams. Brett might know what it's called, but there's like there's just like this, like there's a guy who plays on stilts. They do like random dances and then like hide the ball and throw a pitch. It's like very theatrical.
Baseball? That's Savannah Bananas.
Yeah.
But there's like isn't there a bunch of like other teams in their league that do similar stuff?
They play other teams in that league, correct. But they are the Harlem Globetrotters of that league. like you never see the other teams really doing that stuff, right? So
Got it. Okay.
I believe they do, but I think they're the show though. Like
Got
they're essentially the show.
Got it. Yeah,
Cool.
I mean, I've seen so many of their clips. I've seen them play baseball every now and then, but it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. All right, so we got some good stats flowing on there. It did contradict
I think
itself
this
a little
will
bit.
be good. Yeah.
Okay, so we got some context. We got a
little
info.
context. And then we also have here, we're adding a query. So you're going to be able to ask a question via SMS, and then it's going to come back with, it's going to add that to the context in the template, which is kind of cool.
Okay, dope.
So let's keep going here. Get the user's question via inbound SMS, print out the answer by passing the question to the prompt template and formatting it, and then pass that to Twilio as the text message sent back to the user. So we got all this. So let's copy this and paste it in, and then we will explain what it does.
The copy pasta.
That's like my favorite kind of code. Like I'm very grateful that, I can just talk about how this all works. So
yeah,
we have this up here, and there's a query that gets filled in here. And then our question is the request body lower script. So you're essentially the request.form.body is how Twilio is sending the body of the message, the body of the SMS to whatever this API is. And then we're just putting in lowercase. I think script just like gets rid of any extra formatting. And then we're going to ask the LLM this. So LLM, we're going to say basketball query template, and then we're formatting it. But when formatting, we're adding the question as the query here. So it's basically going to pull whatever the person said and put it in there. And then we're going to go shoot out to OpenAI and try to get a response and format that as well. A little curious why response message OpenAI. Oh, okay. So we're basically printing it here, and then afterwards we're sending it back to Twilio, and then we're returning the response. And then and then this is just running the actual app itself. Hello, Rashab. So glad that you're able to join us here. Happy to have you. Rashab's done a lot of work writing tutorials and classes on LangChain. So if stuff doesn't work, we got
perfect. We got the,
Yeah.
Be cool.
So let's run this. So we're going to run Python, and then this is lc.py.
Boom.
Yeah.
All right, let's see.
Bum. So it's running. I'm going to create a new terminal window and run in this one. And we're going to run ngrok. And then what's the port?
Oh,
let's see.
Ahoy hoy. It is okay. So we did learn a few weeks ago, like the ahoy hoy was like a thing that, like that's like the official greeting, not just like ahoy. And then we had a good back and forth around like ahoy hoy. It was great. I did really value that time and place. Yes.
So we're gonna run this command.
Boom.
So this command basically will pull in. I feel like my camera's like slowly dropping, but I guess I need to tighten it. So I might take a break and do that in a minute. But
okay, all good.
Can run that. So now this basically will expose my port 500 in this thing. So now we're going to go into Twilio itself.
Apparently you're growing on stream. Wow.
I could also, what if I just like move my desk up?
Wow.
Now I'm just going to be like typing hi, but
innovation,
quick fixes.
I love this.
Yeah. I'm going to, let me log in on a different window here so you guys can't all see my credentials because it's going to take a minute.
Great. Okay, so I'm wondering, okay, so folks in chat has anyone kind of like built anything around sports, any blog posts you've written, or just kind of ways you've been tinkering with, just kind of ways you've been tinkering with just like building, particularly around like sports, anything?
In chat?
Yeah.
Super active chat here. What do we got?
Oh, so we have people who know nothing about sports. Okay. All right. So we have Chef Brent wanting to do some stuff around not basketball stats, baseball stats. Okay. I play sports, but haven't built something. Okay. So Rashab, if you were to build something, what would you build? What would you want to build? And then also curious to do with Chef Brent, like what would you what would you want to see?
Yeah, so like baseball is very stat heavy. They're like and the stats are impactful. Like if you Alex brought up sports gambling, you know, I'm very interested in that world. Baseball is very stat heavy, and if you're fundamentally sound with the stats of baseball, they have noticeable impact on your success rate of being able to predict certain things happening. And I'm wondering if you fed baseball stats to AI with a little bit of guidance around like how aggressive you are, how conservative you are within, you know, the realm of like, I just want to understand on this given day, we've got a certain pitcher and we've got a certain lineup of batters. Who is likely to be successful? And like, give it to me. Don't tell me like, I guarantee you this person is going to get a hit today or something like that. I just want to know like which player, and there's a lot of models out there that already kind of do this, but like I'd want to tailor my own for my own preferences. But like on a given day, who is likely to be successful, and like can that be proven out over time? Because it's such a big stat driven sport that it should be somewhat possible to do something relatively reasonable. I'm just curious, you know.
Okay, I can see that.
It's the one sport where there's so many games, 162 games, so the stats actually play out to have meaning on any given day.
Got it. Okay, I can see that. Okay.
Oh, I'm gonna pause my camera for a second as it continues to fall.
All good. All right, so we have some soccer predictions based on stats. So yeah, clear. I feel like a lot of folks are thinking about like that very stats heavy. But then, okay, so then my thing with that though is, don't you feel like that takes away from the experience, right? Like the, you know, like
the betting experience?
No, not the betting. The actual experience of watching the game. Because if you're predicting so much of the game, you know what I mean? Like, and you're not necessarily playing.
I actually
not playing, you know?
I actually think so. That's one of the reasons I do like sports betting, is because I can place a very small bet on any game, and now I've got a vested interest in two teams that I don't care about. So fantasy football has so much value for like people that play fantasy football or any like fantasy sports, because now I have players on my team that I know, or that play on teams that I normally don't care about, but now I'm invested in the success of either that player or I'm invested in the success of that team. It's just it's an interesting hack, and I already enjoy sports. So I'm just giving myself reason to like that particular game when I wouldn't have cared otherwise.
That's why I had to stop doing fantasy. I like, it just took over my life. Like all I would do on weekends is watch football, and I'm just like, I can't. This is not what I want to do all the time.
You're like, this is not the vision. And then we have, what is it? Craig had mentioned building a bracket for the first, like a fantasy football website. Okay. Is there anything else you'd want to build, Craig? Be interested to see too. Lots of, so clear. We could just have a sports build hackathon one of these days, y'all. Just, you know, build some really dope stuff and have everyone present live demos. I see this. Okay. So Alex, like, you know, you got your camera back. You have stopped growing.
Stuff's not working.
Okay. Dang.
So here's what's happening, and we can choose to fix this or not.
Okay.
Importing LLMs from LangChain is depreciated. So what happens is this is a year old, and the whole world has changed so much.
Wow.
That this doesn't work anymore.
Okay.
So we can go on a journey to try to figure it out, or we can kind of chat about some other stuff. But Robertables wants to do some D&D stuff. I do love D&D.
Okay.
So I think doing some gaming around D&D would be fun. And I think you could
That
do
would
some.
be.
I know there's already some people working on some AI stuff around D&D, which is cool.
The stuff around like a generator sound like you know what you're saying, but I think that actually could be interesting because even like, hey, share some cool stats. Like you could actually probably make a prompt around that. So like, hey, you know, I'm talking to a person who's really versed in stats and, you know, around baseball, like help me sound smart. And so I think that you could even kind of create, you know, a little bot. Let's see. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff you could do.
Yeah. Okay. So
I mean, Craig wants to make sure that he doesn't sound silly by saying things like the linebacker did a great first down at the punt line. Yeah.
It sounded compelling though. It's like you use enough big words in sports and like, yeah, first down, touchdown. Yeah, great. And then you're like, wow. As long as you say it in the newscaster voice. Today we saw, you know, you could, yeah. It could be all the things. Okay, so you're saying you were getting an error.
Yeah, so I'm using such an old blog post that it's not how LangChain does stuff anymore.
Got it. Okay.
So we're going to just go and see if I can copy and paste stuff from the LangChain quick start and see if that does it. So maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. We're going to find out. But so it says pip install LangChain from LangChain OpenAI import this stuff. So we're going to do that. Yep, that should do it. It says Rashab and Cloud. That's why I specifically asked my good friend Rashab to come and hang out with us.
Boom. How great. How convenient. I feel like, you know, we got our LangChain guru here. It's great.
Yeah.
Okay, so that should do it. Let's see. I love this.
So let's see if that does it. And then
make sure pimp install got some
make
additional...
sure pip install -u LangChain -OpenAI. Let's do that.
Boom. That's great. Building with your friends. When you're building with your friends, you can do anything. Okay, I'm just gonna keep on making jingles. Like
pimp install is what Roberta Bowles heard. No, we're keeping it clean. We're pip installing.
Yes.
Yeah, my camera is still doing it. Hold on, I'll be back in a moment.
Great, and I will continue to make songs about you know, building with your friends. Okay, let's see. Home team. Bianca's lyrics. Oh gosh, yes. I've been meaning to kind of try. So today's song would be like building with your friends when you're building. But then I make everything sound like a kid's song. I don't know, man. I need to like, maybe it's moody. I need to.
I had something happen to me recently. So I'm a big Spotify user, and I actually really like their daily mixes, and that's like a lot of what I listen to because they like pull in all my different music. And over the weekend, for the first time, one of my daily mixes was kids music, and I was like, wow, it's happening. And Spotify doesn't let you like change profiles, right? Like on your browser you can change profiles. You can do like incognito stuff in different places, so you're not like ruining your algorithm. You can change who you're watching on Netflix. You can't do that on Spotify. So there's no way to not have my whole world just be like kids music on Spotify.
I think even the mixes, you'll probably be like deep into a vibe and it's like, are you ready for a song? And it's like, because that's the thing about like the kids songs. It has like a certain like tone, and it's like, even me, I'm just like, I need the like, when you're building with your friends, like I can make it like a rock song. Building with your friends. Okay, great. Back to you, Alex.
Yes, we're gonna change a few things here. We don't, because this is where they create the LLM, but I don't think we're gonna do it that way anymore. Do it this way. Whoops. And then
more songs of loop. Yeah, I mean, even that to me is just like a good reminder, just like even when we're running it back to old posts, just kind of checking, hey, have things changed? Like what's still the same? Is this version that I'm using? Because I've noticed that has come up a few times. All right. So Rashab says, looks good. Looks good.
Sweet. That's what I need. So we're going to use a prompting template here. So we're going to also do this stuff. And that will replace some of this here, but I'm going to put it under the messaging response, and then we're going to update it. So I think I need it indented like that. What did I do? No, it's like this, right? Yeah, cool. So the system prompt though is going to be this. So we're going to I'm going to just take this right here, and we're going to put it up here, and we're going to call this, we're going to rename it from that to system prompt. And then Whoop. I don't want to rewrite all that. That was fun to do. So system is going to be system prompt. And then we've got user gives us input. So we don't need this whole part anymore. I don't think we need these things anymore either. So basically what I was just doing is just moving into this new format. So we're creating a prompt that has a system, which is like what the overall AI is going to use. And then we have the user, which is what the user is going to ask. So the system prompt is still great. I don't want to have to get rid of that or redo it. But we're going to go there. And so prompt equals chat, and then this input. Now I have a hunch that this will just pull it right away. Do I need to invoke it, or it'll just, this would probably just, I think this just runs the model. So I'm going to throw this. Yeah. I'm just going to try something. So
invoke.
I do need to invoke. Okay. And can I add this input later, or do I need to have that there now, Rashab? Can I invoke and fill it in? Oh yeah, you can. So it's this line. So we have the question here, and then it's this line. So invoke, and then input is question. Sweet. Chain.invoke. I don't have I need to do this. I don't really know what that line does, but that's okay.
We'll just see. We'll just throw some stuff on the board. See where it takes us. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
so
then, Oh
no, keep going. I feel like you're on a wave.
And then I gotta get it. Let's see what the output of a chat model, and therefore of the chain, is a message. However, it's also more convenient to work from strings. So we can add this stuff in. I see. Cool. So we'll add the string parser here, and we're going to put that at the top up here. And then we can create an output parser. I'm just going to throw that here. Why not? And then I get to chain in an output parser. This is a lot easier.
Okay, so I was actually gonna ask, because I was like, the previous version, you're like, it wasn't working, but I am wondering kind of what were some of them.
I don't know what's going on with my camera today.
Well, yeah, I was actually gonna ask, like, you, Rashab, or even other folks that have leveraged LangChain a bit more, like, what were the changes? Do you feel like it made it easier? Kind of, but you kind of answered the question a little bit.
Okay. Sorry. It's going to be weird for a second. I'm going to get rid of my prompter. So I'm just going to have to look at all you naturally. But I think it was weighting my thing down too much.
Okay.
Sweet.
So
hopefully it goes into focus soon. So yeah. LangChain expression made it easier. Oh, look at this. I'm getting all the things before I even have the issues from Rashab. Pip install -u LangChain core. Thank you, Rashab. I didn't spell that right, did I? No, LangChain.
All the things.
LangChain core. Sweet.
Oh,
Maybe that's a way to get like your open source project more publicity. Would be to like, sorry, just going on and off to refocus. Would be to like have it be like brief misspellings. My uncle at one point was trying to buy a Peloton bike online, and he purposely spelled it wrong to see if somebody had one that wasn't selling because they had it spelled wrong. I thought that was pretty genius.
Life hack. Life hack. I kind of like that, honestly.
So
Wow.
Chef Brent is telling me to get the thing that I already have.
Ooh,
I'm pretty sure
drama.
I already have that.
Drama.
And it's just failing me. I can't get it tightened enough. Or maybe I need better knobs. Maybe that's what he's trying to show me to get, but we'll figure that out. So, okay. So output parser. So chain equals prompt LLM, blah, blah, blah. Chain dot invoke, input question. And then the one thing I didn't see here is retrieving the chain. A retrieval chain. How do I get the context out of it? Like, that's the one thing. Like, what is does the chain just have something in it?
Conversation. Are you skipping it?
No, I just like it doesn't seem like it's telling me, but save chain.invoke into a variable. Got it. I'm surprised it didn't say that in the thing, but let's call this response equals chain.invoke. And then, oh, that was the wrong place to put that. Sorry. And then we'll print, let's go ahead and just print response. And then I'm going to hold off on this part because, we might as well just do it.
See where
message.
It takes us.
Yeah. There's a chance that Twilio doesn't like it, but we're just going to go ahead and ping this here and see what happens.
What happened?
I got to run it. Sorry.
Okay.
We're going to run it there. So now it's running locally.
Run it.
And now I'm not getting as many errors, which is great.
Okay. It's a good start. It's a great start.
ngrok is still working. So I'm going to try locally here. And if I send it, let's see what happened. Nothing happened. Always fun. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
403 error. API
Did I get a 403 error?
Yeah.
API key issue. I have my API key in there unless I typed it in wrong.
Okay.
That's where I'm going to go over. I'm going to do that thing where I like
go on the other screen.
Let's make sure that I'm pulling this right.
On the other screen is
I
where
definitely
you can
have
find...
it set up as. No, that's how I have it. Unless I'm getting the variable wrong.
Where can you find your other API key? On the other screen. On the other screen. Okay, I like that. Okay, we'll add that.
You're making so many good songs.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm finding inspiration from the stream. I'm leaning into just, API keys on your other screen. Okay, so you have a 403 error. API key issue,
and
maybe.
I'm going to the right spot. SMS send. 403 forbidden. I wonder if it's like, because here's the other side. I'm not getting any output. It's not printing anything either. Let's just, what I would like to do here is throw print statements.
Just to kind of log
we
and
got
see.
to the SMS point.
Good.
So route through SMS should get there.
Basically seeing where it's breaking.
Yeah. And I'm not getting a little thing that says we got to the SMS point. So
it's not
I feel
even
like it's
getting
not
there.
today. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, wait, am I doing? No, get's okay. Let's try post just in case.
Nope.
Not happening for me. Okay. Is my Flask working? I don't know.
But
this stuff happens.
Yeah, you're saying it's not even getting to that point.
Oh, I'm doing the right. Let me just try this instead. Sometimes this is weird. Maybe local. It didn't like localhost.
Oh, versus using.
Shouldn't matter, but there we go.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
Prompt template is not defined. So now we're getting somewhere. Woo. Name prompt template is not defined. Did you mean chat prompt template? I don't know. Did I? Let's find out. Name prompt template is not defined. Where do I have? This line needs to go away. This was from the old.
Okay.
The old.
I think you had said
version.
you were on the fence. You're on the fence. On the fence. Too mouthful to say. But yes, you're on the fence if you wanted to keep that or not. So I think
server could not understand key error.
Okay.
Huh. On the fence. On the ferns.
Oh, the yes.
Ferns. Yeah.
The ferns. It's like it's so interesting. It's like we can talk normally and build normally, but then when it comes to stream, it's like everything's like and break and go.
Yeah. So right now what's happening is it doesn't like how I'm sending this there, and I think that's because I have it like set up to pull from a different thing because of this. So I'm just gonna like do what I did last time, which is like I'm just gonna try texting and seeing if it works, because sometimes stuff just works in Twilio land.
Okay. And then Rashab asks, are accepting params in the SMS bunk?
Accepting params. I need to set that up in the function. Lizzie didn't do that. One of my favorite moments, by the way. Oh, my camera's still not on? I had no idea.
I saw you. Oh, you're frozen?
I don't know.
I guess.
But I'm here.
But it's so interesting because like your hand is there.
There we go. So one of the first times I gave a live demo, I used some Rashab code, and I turned my phone on Do Not Disturb, because when you're like presenting, you turn your phone on Do Not Disturb, and then I didn't get the message from the phone, and I thought my thing didn't work. And then somebody like raised their hand to ask a question, like, first of all, did Rashab, when he gave you the demo, tell you not to be on Do Not Disturb? And I was like, no. And they're like, well, it's Rashab's fault. I was like, fine.
Wow. I'm like, there's some blog drop, but then it's like, how much should a person who's writing the post tell you? What part of it is like choose your own adventure, right? Like, does the blog
and
have
you got to
be
test these things out beforehand and whatnot.
bar for bar, you know?
Yeah,
that's real.
Definitely. Where do I need to add the params for?
He said you're good on params.
I am good on params. Okay. Cool. Well, this is frustrating. I don't know exactly what my error is here, but that happens sometimes. Key error body, and it might be that. It might also be how I'm testing, which is very possible. Because I'm testing it with like there, because I don't think that like request.form body, that might be different than just the params body. Because if we go, let's look at the Flask Python Flask documentation.
Too much code.
Too much code? Yeah, there's easier ways to set prompt limits. I know, I probably should have just done this differently, but
yeah, but I think even just, I mean, we're embracing the blog retros. You know, blog retros, seeing what's the same, what needs to change. So
yeah. And I actually have a backup if we're feeling this here, which I'm kind of feeling like
is it time?
I'm kind of feeling like I think it's time. So
okay.
look, this was great. I'm sad I didn't get it working. I even had a whole thing set up where like this part is working if I wanted to do it, where I can like go get NBA NBA info. But actually, let's go over that one really quick, because I had so there's another blog post we wrote. Anthony wrote here, and I reviewed it, so I had it on my computer. And the whole idea was you can basically create an SMS tool that'll get you news about that. So this was a thing, and I tested it and it worked. So let's just make sure that like I got everything set up and then I'm running it right. But eventually I think I should be able to go to let's get rid of this one, and let's get a new terminal. Let's also kill ngrok here, and let's do a new terminal in this one. I'm going to close all these terminals too. Trash you terminals. File, terminal, new terminal. And we're going to open in the NBA app one. And so this NBA app, and we'll, I don't even know if I need to source the .env here, but cool. So here I can Python app.py. Oh. No. Why isn't that theirs? There we go. So there's my NBA VNV, which is basically like a container that holds everything that I've installed there. Virtual environments are pretty helpful.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah. Someone asked if there's front-end developers operating in Canada. I'm sure there are. I don't know. We got a cloud developer operating in Canada on the chat too. So, yeah. Thank you for that. Okay, cool. So we're running here, and now we're gonna try this again. But the route is /NBA, and it is body. So let's just try that. So now I actually get some like data back, which is cool. And then and then let's open another one here, and we're gonna where we go? Let's ngrok this bad boy, and then this is the new ngrok endpoint. And let's just test this in Twilio and see if it works. Okay. Here, because then I'll like have something working, and then we can move on to the next phase, which is very exciting. /NBA. Okay. Save config.
Boom.
Let's see if it works.
All right. I love how this is progressively getting, you're like, okay, let's go down
so we're not
a different
using
road.
AI now, but we are in theory hitting this stuff and seeing it work, although still not working for me. Oh no, there we go. So it actually made a connection. There was one HTTP request,
cool.
Which is cool. And then let's see, it didn't like it though. Oh no, it did. Oh no, that was the last one we did. But let's see if it's coming through, and if not, we're just gonna keep moving on because I have something very exciting to show.
Boom.
Yeah.
All right. So basically, we're gonna check and see if is it actually sending anything.
Yeah. So I think this was the last one, and it didn't like it. There was some error. So it didn't like the HTTP request I made, which is happens. So there, but look, I kind of set us up here.
Wow. You did?
I did.
Can't believe
because
you, Alex.
There's now from Twilio a really easy, like I tried to make an AI. My goal was to get the AI thing working on LangChain, figure out how to pull in APIs from this other one, which the API is working. I just don't have it working on Twilio, which is fine. Because we saw, like, I sent it, Denver Nuggets, and it gave me a bunch of news things from the last 19 hours about the Denver Nuggets. So that was some,
Mhm.
so this worked. And so my whole goal was eventually like build an AI chain where you could like pull in AI plus some sort of like API context. And we actually just announced yesterday a brand new Twilio product, AI Assistance.
Oh wow.
There's some awesome,
JK.
awesome, awesome videos out there about how it's working. They're doing a whole stream on Thursday at the same time as our stream, I believe. It's 2 p.m. 2 p.m. Eastern time, same place. Wherever you're watching this right here, you'll be able to see it there too. It's on Twilio Dev's Twitch, Twilio Dev's YouTube, Twilio Dev's everything. And it'll be hosted by Emily, and we'll have Dom and a few other amazing people. Let me see. Let me get the list of who else is joining us, because it's pretty packed. So yeah, we'll have Emily, Rachel, who's a product manager on the team that built this. Chris Brox, who's a senior solutions engineer and made an awesome video about showing this thing off. I was really impressed. And then Dom, who's a former DevNetter and just a great guy to work with. And he will be on there as well. He's the head of product for that team. But they have this new AI assistant tool, and it is so easy. And we're gonna go. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, we added all the links in chat. A few things I would definitely want to surface. We want to see you building and creating. So they have put a thing for just like a developer preview. So definitely, get your name on the list just to be creating stuff. So put all the links there. Definitely check out the video. I think it's really helpful to kind of walk through how this comes to life. So I'll bring it back to you, Alex.
Sweet. So we're just gonna go ahead and create this bot. So the whole idea behind AI assistants is that they can pull together the personalization and everything that you would do in Segment into those conversations, and then give you omni-channel ability to communicate across those, which is like, Twilio's bread and butter. I'm not going to worry about personalization and Segment stuff right now. They're going to give a much better demo on Thursday. So tune in for that. It's going to be awesome. I'm really excited to watch that. But we get to start with like a personality prompt, which is very similar to the system prompt that we were doing in the last one. Mm-hmm. So we're going to train, you are a basketball chatbot. Answer questions based on context. If the question cannot be answered using the following information. I also want to add a few more things. You can be casual and use basketball
lingo.
Slang. Lingo is a better word than slang. Sweet. And then we're giving it some context. What?
It says basketball.
I'm bad at typing, which makes me a funny person to be live coding.
It works. It works. Okay, great.
Cool. And then the cool part here is you can also like plug it into different channels, which we're not going to do right now. You can add knowledge sources. So this would be like websites, PDFs, manual text entry, things like that, that you could throw in there. And then tools are pretty neat. So you know what I know is going to work for a fact? Let's just add this page, the NBA playoffs 2024.
Oh, yeah.
As context. Like,
boom.
Super simple. Add new source. NBA playoffs homepage. The NBA.com homepage for the 2024 NBA postseason. So we need to talk about why it would use this. Use this to find out who is playing in this year's playoffs. Cool. Website is here. We'll go page depth. We'll go 0. I don't think it needs to like go deep here. There's all these advanced settings. I'm not going to worry about those.
Cool.
So like it should pull that. So let's save source. So it's going to take a little bit and actually like go look at that website and get the data off there, and it can like query that website if it needs info. Tools are super cool, and if this all works, I might add the tool of like, hey, you can go and actually, let's just do it.
Yeah, but it's really quick. It's like, I'm thinking about just even all the time that was just like spent, you know, building out all these things, getting everything set, but it's like so simplified, right? And then it allows you to do those tweaks. So yeah, it's even the difference around like, wow, this is a much longer process, and you know what it could look like. So it's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And I'm just going to add this tool really quick. So, so the tool will be the NBA current events tool. Use this current events and news about a specific team in the NBA. And then we'll do a get to that /NBA. This is basically hitting the thing that I wrote with Anthony. And these may or may not work. I don't know. And the schema it's just like body, and then I think it's just like query. I think I need to probably put that in quotes. I think that's how I write these. I could be wrong.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, create tool. So that was just like super simple stuff. So I'm like, hey, go use this tool. And now let's test it. Cool. So please create a chat first. We'll create a new chat. Alex this is a fake email. I wish we had abtesting.com. That'd be fun.
Yeah, that would be cool. Okay.
Yeah. So let's tell me, let's just try something. Tell me about the Denver Nuggets. Let's just see and it'll show us what it's doing. So, look, asking for new user data. What specific information you're looking for?
When are they next playing? We could probably ask.
Yeah, let's try it.
Let's see. Or when they playing next. I'm like, wow.
So it's using the NBA playoffs homepage.
Okay.
And seeing if it can get that info there. Okay, I couldn't find any information when they're next playing.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's just see, because I know this is on the page. What seed are they in the playoffs?
Yes. That's going to be my next.
We know that's on the page.
Yeah, that definitely. Yeah.
So let's see there.
Let's see.
So it's using that homepage again.
And it's also like the more.
I don't know, but basketball is very exciting. So it's not.
Okay.
It's not pulling the
data. So I'm wondering.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if that, because those images are a bit more like, they're not necessarily text, but
yeah.
But photos.
Let's turn this off. Let's turn this knowledge source off and see if it'll.
Okay.
It was easy to put in.
That's some stuff. Okay.
And let's go. So we turned that off. So we still have this tool that in theory will work.
Okay. I'm wondering.
So let's simulate again.
Mm-hmm.
What is happening in basketball today? Let's see what it does. So these are all like just pulling in different data sources. This is kind of like, I wish this was a better demo and I had more here, but like using continue. I don't know why it's not pulling a tool, but usually it like knows.
Is it because the tool? Is it because the tool isn't switched on?
Did I not turn it on? That's very possible.
Part of me feels like, let's double check, but I feel like it might not be turned on. Is it?
It wasn't on. You're so right, Bianca.
Okay.
You knew. The tool wasn't turned on. I didn't know it could use that.
Okay. So that's good. I mean, that's good to know that you'll need to turn on the tool. We also have a new source to add in terms of info. So that's another data source. But
So
I
now
do
it's
love.
using this NBA current events tool,
Okay,
and then it's going to get some. Hopefully, it gave it back.
something.
Okay, it didn't. Just wrote query is the query. I gotta figure that out.
Okay.
Yeah. But
So we have some more, another page. But I will say what this is just kind of showing like the better quality data you're getting.
Yeah.
You'll probably, you know, like you'll get what is it? You'll get different. The assistant will probably work. Oh, I will say this is reminding me of, did the folks see your barn burner for Summit?
that was pretty cool.
DevNet Summit. I'm going to add that. Let me see if I can find that link. DevNet Summit. Not Summit. DevNet. Not DevNet. Signal Summit, but the developer barn burner.
Yeah.
Signal.
We basically hooked this AI assistant up to a robot.
Yeah. And I will say that was the day that I was like, oh, Alex is a next level human, because this man was like live with our, you know, previous CEO founder as well, doing it like live. I was like, the pressure. It was a little intense.
It was a lot, and that was that was a lot of improvising and making sure that I knew what was going on.
Yeah, that was a lot happening. Okay, I'll find the
Oh,
link,
I did it wrong. So let me this is why.
Okay.
I put the inputs wrong there. So I knew I was doing it wrong in there, but just need to figure out how. So
a little troubleshooting.
Yeah.
Making it work.
They're gonna give a way better demo on Thursday. So you should watch that, whoever's here, because like it's actually gonna work. And I don't really know what I'm doing.
But you're still
body, so we're saying body is a string, and it's the query for the news. Just say that. Is that what it looks like? Yeah. Cool. So cool. Let's try this. So now let's go back to the simulator. Be like, are the Nuggets in the playoffs? And what's going on there? So now it's using this CBS Sports playoff info. So we got better things. Yes, the Nuggets are in the playoffs. Cool. What is happening? Let's see if there's any news. Let's see if it'll use the other news thing. Is there news about the Denver Nuggets? So my hope here is that it'll actually hit the tool and pull the tool. So using NBA current events, body Denver Nuggets. Okay, it didn't send it back. It's probably something wrong with that's probably an issue with my API that I wrote, which I'm okay with. That happens a lot. I don't write great code, and I'm okay with that. Did it get the request? So that was the last request. It's not working. That's okay. That happens. But the code
is evolving.
It's so interesting. Looked for the right place. Like that's the crazy thing is the LLM knew where to look. Even if I didn't write the code right to go and give it the current events, it knew where to look. So that's pretty cool. And yeah, go ahead.
I was having a whole conversation with myself, Alex, and I'd like put myself on mute briefly, and I was like, "Oh, your code is evolving." I was like, "I don't think you can hear me." So I was like, "So much makes sense." It's all silent. Okay, what?
That's okay.
Yeah.
So let's see. Let's see. So it's going to use this playoff source. It's pulling a knowledge source.
Okay.
And bam, the Denver Nuggets are choosing. Like, it's so cool. Like, I just put in the website and it knows to go get there. So this was just like scratching the surface of what this can do.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they have a great demo where this like knows who you are when you text in and pulls your baggage info if you like lost your bag in an airport. But I'm so excited this finally launched. I've built some really cool stuff with that, including I know we got some people to post the video I think in that video, if is this YouTube video that we posted in chat, the Signal
Oh no,
developer
so
keynote?
that one's the AI assistant one. I still can't find the developer keynote, but I'm gonna find it. But yeah,
I can find it.
Okay.
Or
I was
or
starting
Shepard
to
can. We'll race.
I was starting to find who can find the link. All right, let's see videos. Barn burner Signal.
Yeah.
No.
Barn burner. It's Signal
Developer keynote
2023 developer keynote.
or developer key note.
And then hold on. I actually think I have it ready to share at the.
Wait.
Oh, there you go.
I think.
And he shared it. Brent shared it the time code too. Thank you.
I beat you too.
Oh,
you beat me to it. I was close
too. I almost made it.
So in that video, we used the first prototype of what turned into the assistant to basically have a conversation about what I was trying to purchase. And then there's a big reveal of a crazy channel that you can put it on, which is neat. But this team is so talented, and this is going to be such a game changer for anyone who wants to like create omni-channel AI presence that it just knows context of who that's talking to. You can control the knowledge sources. You can plug it into APIs. And also you can hand it off to live agents with Flex too. So this is so cool. And I'm so excited for it. And I'm definitely going to be watching on Thursday to see them talk more about it and see the actual professionals demo this thing with a lot more depth. Because it's such a cool tool.
But even in a few minutes, like, I think it's just like you had to reconfigure a few things, but like even in a few minutes, you were able to, like, you didn't even put too much effort into this. You know what I mean?
No.
So like, imagine what it would look like if you were being very intentional. You had a vision of like, hey, here are all my data sources. Here's, here's what I need it to do. Like, this was just a few minutes of stuff. So I think it'll just be super exciting to just like play around with this, tinker around. Even as, different companies have different data sources, companies, startups, like you have your own, data hub. So I think that'll be like pretty exciting on how this plugs into other things. But yeah, Thursday should be a party.
Yeah.
When I say a party on stream, but still,
Yeah.
I do think.
And I actually figured out why my code's not working.
Oh, what happened?
Well, the Python is running on this, but it's not running on localhost. But my ngrok was forwarding localhost. So that was it's looking for like if you look, it's connecting and it's connecting to localhost, and it's not connecting to the IP that Flask is deciding to run on. And why it's not forwarding localhost to that, I don't totally know. But that was the problem. Like this doesn't work.
Okay.
So, yeah. Should I try to fix it really quick? I mean, we can look at docs and fix it. We got a little bit of time. We got 20 more minutes. What else is on your mind today, Bianca?
I think I've just been I'm just like excited to watch just this progression and evolution, whether it's of the tools. And I've been thinking a lot about just like innovation, getting back to this very innovative spirit of building, and we have more at our disposal. So yeah, I do think like just this evolution of just like the things that were last year are not the same. So what does it look like to build with new tools, try new things? So that is actually what's on my mind. So I think as you're creating this, like that's definitely something that like sticks out a bit,
Yeah, I love when tools just make it easy to build. And make this stuff easier. Yeah, I know, Chef Brent, I'm agreeing with you that it should be localhost, but this might work. I love when tools just make it like easier to build and more seamless. And even though I code, I've been moving into more like low code stuff, because code the things that are interesting and let everything else worry about the harder stuff. And like an example of that, Studio. Like I use Studio all the time and I love it. And that's why, because like Studio does the hard stuff.
Yeah, I also think, like you said, it's like if I can use more of my thinking to kind of expound on the build rather than just like think about the infrastructure of the builds, like that to me is just like, oh, okay, you can create more awesome things. So I do think being able to.
So like we had a whole hackathon with the assistant a few weeks ago, and I built like a tool that worked with my the office hours, all the office hours that I do with startups, and I didn't have to spend my time worried about like the LLM or like how that was all working. I literally just spent my time writing little functions that communicated with the various other tools like Airtable that I was using, which was super cool. So that was.
I do have a controversial take though. Do you feel like, maybe not controversial, but I do think. Do you feel like if you're not doing it as much, kind of losing the touch? Because that aspect of like, if I'm not building as much in certain ways, like, will I lose like kind of my understanding of how something works? What are your thoughts?
Yes and no. I think you just end up focusing on different aspects of it. And like, look, it's clear I hadn't written anything in LangChain and I couldn't get it working. Maybe we'll have to have Rashad come on stream actually and build some LangChain stuff with us. So like, I don't do this a lot, and that clearly showed up as to why this wasn't like working on its own. So that's real, but you just shift what you're focusing on, right? You don't have to focus on the little nitty gritty of coding, which you don't have to anymore anyways, because the AI assistants help you with so much stuff. You don't have to keep going back to docs to look at things, the AI assistants. So there's a part of me that agrees with that, where like, yeah, you lose some touch, but you gain the bigger picture in my mind. You gain the ability to think more about the experience that you're creating and the data sources you're getting and how you're interacting with customers. And you don't have to worry about the nitty gritty of running and writing logic trees to like, get through the whole process for people. So I think there's pros and cons.
This is actually interesting because I had this like conversation with, we're getting a little deep. I had this conversation with my therapist about just like what one focuses on. And I think sometimes there is that desire to be like, no, I'm an expert in this, or I know the nitty gritty of this, but it's like, is that the best use of your time? Like, is that the best place for your insights or your creativity to be used? And I do think sometimes our identity can be found in that whole like, well, I know how to do this, or I know how to build leveraging this, or I can build this from scratch, which is cool, just cool. And there's a time and place for that. But I think that's an interesting perspective of letting go of the nitty gritty allows you to unlock different possibilities,
Yeah, and I think like we all kind of evolved through the world. I started my career working in data centers, and like there was a part of me that was thinking maybe I'll just be in data centers forever, but that wasn't exciting to me. That wasn't a place that I really wanted to stay, and I moved past that into working on startups and coding and other areas. But I had a lot of experience in data centers. And there was a period of time where I was building modular data centers, and I was like, this could be my thing. And a lot of my colleagues at that time made it their thing. But, it changes. And I appreciate this. I mean, even being an evangelist is new for me. I didn't think this would be my thing, and now I love it. And our other evangelists out here, Bianca, you and some of the other people here like Rashab can attest, like it's a weird windy road to get where we are. And I think stepping up and back a little bit is really helpful.
Yeah. It's also even that aspect of maybe this started as your thing. So like data centers was where it helped you build a foundation, but it doesn't have to be the only thing you rest on per se. And even today, like I know you're like, oh, well, I'm not familiar with these tools, but kudos to you for today. Like, you're trying new technologies, but it comes with that foundation of just like, okay, probably try this, probably tinker here. But I do think you can leverage those foundations, but just in new forms rather than and be doing that all the time. Okay. Are there any news about?
It worked. But
it did. Okay.
I asked it for news about the Bulls, and it didn't give me anything about the Bulls, so I think it returned. But I'm gonna it made the query.
Okay. Okay.
There might be something wrong with my code that's like. It was just like not. My computer doesn't think 127.0.0.1 is localhost. I don't know why. I probably messed up some config somewhere, and it didn't like that. But I'm asking it now, knowing that there's some news in here about Jokic, that it might turn back, seeing if that does anything, but might not. But it hit the API. Like I said, what is happening with the Chicago Bulls? It hit the current events tool with the Chicago Bulls as the body. So it did the thing it was supposed to do. Cool. It just didn't get anything back with Chicago Bulls, which is clearly a failing on my part. But like, it's so wild with me with these things that literally I just tell it the tool direction. I tell it what to tell the tool, and then it does it. Like there was no coding that I had to do for this tool. I mean, obviously you have to make the tool, but maybe you don't have to make all the tools.
Yeah. So, okay. Got it.
I'm just really excited that this is finally out there and that we finally get to play with it. And make
even
some stuff.
Even seeing what other people are building too. I think that's going to be the cool part too, which is like you have one interpretation of how you want to use this tool, but then someone else might be like, well, actually, I want to leverage it for this. So I do think seeing how folks outside of Twilio are building and tinkering, I think that'll be cool too. So if anyone starts building some cool stuff, once we start to open things up for the developer preview, let us know.
Yeah, I think developer preview's open, but I just want to pitch one more time. Go watch the stream on Thursday. It's at actually, I can do this. Hold on.
Do we have visuals?
I have a visual.
Oh my God. Okay. We got some visuals.
So this is the live stream.
Boom.
11 a.m. Pacific time, 2 p.m. Eastern on Thursday on all the Twilio platforms. I'm so excited to watch this, jump in and chat with these people. Emily's amazing. She's on our team and she's going to be hosting it and talking to Rachel, Chris, and Dominic. And I genuinely, you should not miss this. If you're at all curious about AI and Twilio, like the stuff they're working on is super cutting edge.
Oh yeah. And I also think being able to see the behind the scenes, you'll be able to ask the people that worked a lot on this, just like, what were they thinking? So I do think you might not typically have that space, watching a YouTube video or seeing a blog post. So definitely take advantage of just being able to have those conversations around what folks are building. Just what folks are building, what they're excited about. So I do think it'll be another forum where we could just, you could talk, you could ask questions, as well as just really see the cool things that folks are thinking up and building. So definitely highly recommend joining. I'll be there too. So, we'll all be there. It'll be good stuff.
Where else is there to be? That's
good
it.
Point. That's a good point. That's a good point.
Well,
wow. This is pretty exciting stuff. Man.
Thank you all for bearing with me with my struggling to code through stuff. I have a to-do to get a better LangChain demo on here for you. And I know who I'm going to ask. Looking at you, Rashab and Cloud, coming on stream. We had previously talked about doing some Arduino stuff. So maybe could we do some Raspberry Pi or Arduino plus LangChain? It's possible. You never know.
Dun, dun, dun. No, yeah, we're excited. Rashab will probably be on stream in the next, one of these weeks. So we're excited. If any if we have other folks on in chat, that join us, that you have some really cool stuff you're building, we'd love to hear it, see it. Maybe we might feature you. And then if you have just great ideas for things that you want to see more on stream, if you have friends that are building some cool things, or friends that you're like, you want to see in the chat, invite them, send them a link to join A/B testing. But yeah, we're excited just to continue to build, continue to invite some cool friends on stream. Excited to hear more random voices from the Twitch,
Chatosphere.
the chatosphere. I like that. So yeah, no, this is good stuff. Seven down.
Yeah,
This is pretty good
cool.
stuff. Wow. Okay.
Well,
Let's see. Okay, so next week they'll see us Tuesday at 2.
yeah.
We'll
Every
have
week,
some
Tuesday at 2.
we'll have some guests. We'll have some guests on our next stream. So that'll be pretty exciting. We'll just be well, it should be a good one. It should be a good one. So definitely tell a friend, tell another friend. Excited to just kind of introduce y'all to some of the new tech. But yeah, anything else? What you got, Alex?
I'm good. I feel complete today.
Wow, this is great. Did you have snacks? Did you have any snacks today?
I didn't have snacks, and I'm regretting it. So I'm gonna go run and get snacks as soon as we cut.
That's honest. That's real. All right. Well, we'll see everyone next Tuesday at 2 EST. But it was great hanging out with y'all. Thank you for joining A/B testing, and we'll see you next week Tuesday at 2.
Bye.